What's the type of drinks you dislike the most? Autism. Acceptable_trip 1783. 3. That sparkling water that tastes like they put the fruit next to the water. I hate it so much. Cheshire Cat _ 1. No carbonation for me. TF Heenadreerst. 1. Anything with artificial sugar makes me gag. IBE a little birdie. 1. I can't stand alcohol. Every single time I have a taste of an alcoholic beverage, the only thing I taste is acetone. Maybe part of that distaste can be traced back to my disdain for the whole drinking culture that predominates in our society. Can't meet new people unless it's at a bar or party, where alcohol is involved, etc. But the sensory experience is pretty bad by itself too. The Shadow Manifold. 1. I will never understand zero-calorie drinks. Every single one I've ever tried has an absolutely awful aftertaste and makes me gag. I love regular water and love juice, but the weird flavored water thing is so awful for me. Uncle Ben Franklin. 1. Anything cold. I cannot stand cold drinks. They violently hurt my teeth lol. Big Ma'am from Lake. 1. Anything with bubbles is a nightmare to me. Dave the Goose. 1. I am lucky to not have many drink aversions, but I really hate drinks with too much sugar. So basically all soda and American fruit juices. Also red wine makes me want to puke. White wine tastes kind of like soap, but it's not as bad. Cookie 9999999. 1. What's the deal with celebrities? Autism. Sufficient Treacle 21. Vicariously living through people is the reason. People can get sucked into parasocial relationships pretty easily, and it's an entire industry to keep these fans informed about their special interests with regards to the celebrity's lifestyle, opinions, hopes, dreams, etc. And people feel like they contribute or are a part of it by engaging with all the media generated about them. McMatey_pirate. 87. This is like the hardest thing for me to comprehend. It's as if tomorrow, I did something like a painting, and since my painting was cool, all of a sudden, I myself became more important than other people. And now people started caring about me. People would start following me everywhere. Suddenly my opinion that was never ever even considered before since I was a nobody was now actually important. Like I could go out and say that the earth is round and the moon is flat and people would actually feel like I am right and not bullshitting as usual. This is even worse with reality shows with normal people in them that suddenly turns them popular. They will then be called on TV shows afterwards and their opinions will be shared and pushed forward even though they clearly are not professionals and hold no credibility more than anyone else. Maybarrowbot 8711. 46. Evolution. It's one of the NT and group instinctual things that helps find allies and avoid being an enemy. If you re a human who instinctively loves and respects famous people, and the people around you do, too, then you are bound by your common love of the local lord, or the big priest, or the tribal chief, or whatever. It not only makes it easier for them to rule you, but it reinforces itself. Because the people saying, wait, why do we think this guy is so great? Tend to get stoned to death. And the peeps clustering around the lord or priest or whatever have the numbers and the direction to do that. You help the people in your group. You hate and fear people not in your group. People who suck up to fame and power have been more likely to survive over the past few thousand generations. Because by default they are in a big group, however loosely formed, and that's better for survival than not being in a big group. You see a shadow of it if you logically challenge a position held by someone people like. They automatically assume you wrong, and possibly also bad, because you have declared yourself to be one of the nefarious them. The implacable enemy of the glorious, us. Because they think the famous person is one of their own group. Because what you see as objective reality, they see as weapon used against as asterisk. Notice how much of celebrity gossip is about defining whether they are asterisk asterisk s asterisk or asterisk asterisk them. Even enjoying the excitement of celebs moving from one camp to the other? Oh no, they have tuned out to be asterisk asterisk them. Let us point with horror at the evils of them. Let us hate. Let us feel our superiority. Wait. Hooray! They have become asterisk asterisk us. Let us glory in the wealth and style and many domestic doings of us. Let us revel in how much like us they are in their humanness. But also gawp in wonder at their splendor. For truly we are superior. All those little automatic human cognitive shortcuts constantly misfire. Even if lots of the results are nice. So you get pattern recognition to music, procreative urge to romance, status seeking to fancy cars, virtue signaling to religious bumper stickers, in-group protection to celebrity worship. It's all stuff most social animals do. We're just humans, so we take it to ridiculous lengths and forget why. Mutual hate works just fine. 2. Smelly terror. 1. Marketing hard at work, that's the deal. Dead C __, 20. They're just an entertainment product. Like watching a baseball game, or a TV show, or going to museum, or listening to an album. It's in that category. Different people are into different stuff. Maraska. 1. People flock to attractive, funny, charismatic people. And celebrities are one or all of these. Also, people love gossip. Pretty sure it's wired into being human. J. Redeco. 1. Well, I have to say, when I watch a show or movie, I sometimes fall into a rabbit hole reading through Wikipedia pages of the actors. Usually the more obscure ones. Because I am like, I've seen this person's face before, but I don't remember where from. This way. For instance, I found out that the actress who plays Vanessa in the FNAF movie has a familiar face. Because she played in OUAT as Anna. But I usually don't care for their personal lives much, if at all. Renata. 1. I don't know either. I used to think that they were celebrities because they were particularly talented in some way. But a large part of them seem to just be glorified actors or musicians. Even if they don't make anything unique or amazing. Some of them seem to just be famous for being famous, and a side thing. How do you live through someone? I don't get the concept. But I see that it's a common point when it comes to people who are fans of rich or influential types. To where it becomes this big cycle of a rich person earning money by showing off his wealth on YouTube or something. Or by scamming people who want to know how the dude got rich in the first place. Sorry if it's a confusing read. I just don't really know how to put it. Do Kioma. 1. What are your safe unprocessed whole foods? Autism. Elbow strike. I am willing to bet she doesn't like those foods because they can and often do vary in taste and texture. I can't eat berries anymore because they are different from berry to berry. Chips are always the same. Dips are always the same. I don't know how you can solve this issue, but perhaps understanding the why will help with the how. Comprehensive _ to 113. 1. What color was the crab apple? Sounds like she likes foods that have vinegar in them. So maybe a salad with vinegar and olive oil. Sauerkraut. Maybe. If she likes chocolate, you can make chocolate cake with spinach inside. Or egg muffins with some courgette inside. As long as it's safe, try not cutting the food up. She might be interested in trying to eat it as it is. Nordic sunflower. 1. You need support from a dietitian who understands ARFID. Extremes of narrowed food preferences can lead to deficiencies. Saying that it sounds like your daughter already has a fairly good range of things she accepts. I thought at first that she only eats chips and came here to warn you about scurvy. It may be a good idea to talk to your pediatrician to arrange blood tests to check if she is actually deficient in anything. She can be taking supplements if needed whilst you slowly introduce her to new things. If she is regularly eating dirt, this often points to iron deficiency. I always found buffet-style serving ideal for me as there is no stress and pressure of having new things on my plate. I could try a little if I wanted without it being a big deal. Expensive Brain 373. 1. If textures or issues with any of the fruits and veggies, I'd recommend smoothies. They can taste great. You can add just about anything you want, including protein if that's something she needs more of in her diet. And you can do so many things to make it more fun and palatable, like changing the color or adding whipped cream, which you can make really easily by hand. BTW. I like to make flavored ones sometimes. This isn't something I figured out until I was an adult, and it's a game changer for someone who gags when they try to eat pineapple, which is a food I like. It's just very overstimulating on its own. Same things can be done with soup, minus the whipped cream lol. If texture is the issue, soup is also good because if your daughter is anything like my nephews, if you give bread or something to dip with, they tend to realize they like the soup and they'll try to eat as much of it with their bread as possible, which you can try and make a game challenge out of to encourage more eating. I.e., how much soup can you eat with just your bread? I bet you can't finish all your soup with just bread. All kids are different, and all autism presents differently. But these are things that work for me and my nephews. One of them we suspect has autism like me, but he's not officially diagnosed. So I hope this helps. Edit. Also yogurt. If you freeze it, it's like ice cream, but it's pretty good for you. I like mine creamy. Nephews like it frozen. Unwanted player. 1. My ASD children have a vitamin and probiotic every day. They used to look forward to having their sweets. The vitamin was a gummy and the probiotic comes in chocolate balls. My youngest is at an ASD specialist school, and many of the children there have poor diets but seem to be growing well and still have plenty of energy. Sometimes not offering food because it's for adults, me, but leaving it in reach so they can help themselves, especially if you are not looking, can help. Existing tax 7068. 1. So, first thing, you need to stop trying to force it. The standard ARFID response is to just say no. The more you ask the question, and the more she says no, you are just going to reinforce the no response. Add to that her picking up on the stress you're feeling about the situation, making her want safe foods more and more. You need to try and create positive associations with food so she makes the decisions herself. For example, say you're eating an apple, say to your partner or even just to yourself, this apple is delicious. Don't look at your daughter or ask if she wants one. To make no effort to force it at all. Just sow the seed that apples are delicious. When you make a meal, talk about how much you're enjoying it, etc. The key thing is not to apply pressure or ask for involvement. It needs to be her choice, or you're just going to get pushback. There's no guarantee of success, but one thing I can absolutely tell you as someone who resolved his food issues, no amount of pressure from my parents ever worked, and in fact led to a lot more issues down the line. The good news also is that as long as calories are being met, a few multivitamins are going to be enough to keep her healthy. General_possession_3. 1. So maybe she likes crunchy, dry textures, salt, sour, vinegar flavors. Have you seen kale chips and those sorts of things around? I know it's so much extra work for you, so totally fair enough if it's too much, but you could experiment with making your own crispy chip crackers with a dehydrator or in the oven with seeds, kale and blended veggies. You could flavor with lemon and salt or powdered veggie stock. Does she drink anything? I have a really nice protein powder called Prana On. It's chocolate flavor and as smooth as milk, so maybe she'd like something like that with a straw. Anyway, you're doing an amazing job and eating something is better than nothing. Gummy vitamins sound great, or even vitamin powders in water. Or fiber powders. Collagen. When my sister was between 5 to 10, she seriously refused to eat anything other than plain white pasta. And vanilla milkshakes. Vanilla ice cream and milk. My mom used to crack a raw egg into the milkshake, so at least she was tricked into eating that too. She turned out fine. Mermaiding 1234. 1. Ick, this isn't what you asked, but really the only thing missing in her diet is fiber and micronutrients. So I'd give her some gummy vitamins, and they sell bread that instead of regular carbs contains fiber. I think it tastes pretty much the same, so it's worth a shot cause it's close enough emo. Because she's so young, you could try showing her kids cartoons about fruits. When I was a kid there was a show on Nickelodeon and there was a watermelon and I was like, damn. That looks good. But yeah, if you give her vitamins it's utterly best to take them with food for good absorption, but her diet doesn't seem that bad if you're able to supplement the micronutrients. Depressed Glizzy. 1. What's a music artist that everyone loves, but you can't stand? Autism. Lick 9. Drake. Cockroach Diligent 241. 1. I really can't stand country music. So people like Zach Bryan and Luke Combs aren't for me. To me, singing with a country accent sounds hideous. I can listen to anything else. I love metal, punk rock, R&B, modern pop, alt indie, and especially folk. But I just can't do country music. Sun Rays. 1. Ed Sheeran. Master of the Goats 200. 1. Kanye. XA0. The guy has some serious issues that can only be helped by a proper psychiatrist. XA0. Render Farm. 1. Taylor Swift. Sorry Swifties. Beanie Weenie SLUT. 1. Ice Spice for sure. Trinity Sins. 1. Agree with many takes here, so I am just gonna thrown in the laziest one yet. AJRI genuinely can't stand them. From their lyrics to their sound, it just sounds so cheap and cheesy and badly produced, and yet lots of people are all over them. Mason's a great name. 1. Basically every modern pop machine. Axopal Dev. 1.